Welcome everybody, my name's Ron. Welcome to my channel, Camper's Choice. Tonight, January 9th, 2025. Working on the weekends and doing gig work. Encourage everybody who can wants to make some extra money, get out there and give it a try. Weekends are usually good in this market. Tonight was no exception, even though it started off a little slow. And you know, I kind of will take an order just to kind of loosen up, you know, get the gears working and get the feel of it, especially if I haven't done it, in a couple of days. So, but then after a bit, I may just wait if my acceptance rate is good, and try to take those $7 orders, 7 for 4, 7 for 3. Obviously it's going to build up a little bit quicker. A couple of good tips tonight. I had one from Taco Pajamo Mexican place for $10. Excuse me. One from Saku Japan, Japanese place, for $11. And one for Tiff's Treats for $9. So tips were working pretty good tonight for at least those three. Again, I said if you're physically capable to give gig work a try, if you're semi-retired or retired or looking for something to do or bored or want to get out of the house, I didn't have to walk up too many flights of stairs. I think just one. There was another one where I had to walk up 3 flights, but I just told him I was here, I'd arrived, and he said he'd be on the way. So came down and got his food. My goal as always is $200 a week, whether it takes me 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Kind of getting it down to 3 days now. Not in any particular order. Wednesday, maybe Friday, Saturday, but maybe to give myself a break in between there. Maybe ideal would be Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, something like that. Excuse me, get some of this good beverage here. $200 a week so I could bank my Social Security, live off my pension. Excuse me, Uber Eats, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay. Speaking of Facebook Marketplace, I sold a dog kennel or cage last night for $30, given to me from my neighbor who was moving out of his apartment. I think I said I got his dog as well. He couldn't really keep care of it in the way he wanted, and since I had a yard, I agreed to take it over for him, and he's keeping my dog company as well. I also showed in one of the previous videos I had a TI-84 and some computer laptop, and I'll either make a video of each one, or just tell you when it was sold and how much it was sold for. Again, these are 2 or 3 other areas. You don't need a whole lot of money, especially I think I did a video on setting up eBay with just a board, a couple of lights, and how you go about taking pictures of that and listing it. Not so much listening, but taking the pictures, and so that is something you can do as well. If you have some items around the house with Facebook Marketplace, you can sell get rid of. I use the 50% rule. 50% of what it retails for generally, I sell it. Try to sell it. The clothes that I've sold, I'm trying to sell on eBay. I listed them just to get experience. A lot of it was from Walmart, and they're not selling very well. You have to do your due diligence and go through the sell-through rate, and I'll explain a little bit of that in a minute. Even when I doubled up shirt and pants, the big thing is that once you add in the shipping, they can just about pretty much go out and buy a new shirt or whatever it is you're trying to sell. So, and if you look up some of that stuff that's on eBay through the sell-through rate, there's not much being sold. So, that sell-through rate is listed for 90 days. eBay lists it. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, you take the number of items of that particular item sold divided by the number of that particular items listed, and then multiply that by 100 to give you your sell-through rate. If you get, some people, you know, sell it at 50% or have that as a goal. Some people have 75%. Some people have 30%. So whatever you're comfortable with. For me, it's probably somewhere anywhere in that category of 30 to 50, but preferably 50 to 75 would be ideal. And that I forget what that TI-84 was listed, but it was right up there percentage wise. Tonight I had 8 deliveries for a total of 18 deliveries for my 2 days. My 2-day net fare, what the company paid, was $35.65. They had some promotions where if you completed a couple of trips, either yesterday or today, I think it was 6 yesterday and 2 today, paid $10.50. Tips for the 2 days were $111.36, so you can see the difference from what the company pays and the tips that these people have been so generous to you know, keep me going with. Total of the 2 days has been $157.51. Spent 8 hours online, so the amount per hour has been $18.75, which is above average for me. Usually it's somewhere between 14 and 15, but again, that's before gas, insurance, maintenance, or taxes. I drove a total of 68, almost 69 miles, and I can deduct that from the from 46. I can deduct $46.19 from my taxes going for this 2026. Still haven't gotten you total my 2025 total yet, but it was somewhere around, I can't remember, 2,000 or 3,000 miles. It was a couple of grand, that $2,000 that I could take off my taxes. I remember that. So, you know, anything that you can use to take off your taxes is a good thing. Such as, you know, mileage, as I said, maintenance on your car, tires, you know, oil changes. Again, I'm not a tax consultant, so do your own research, but stuff that I've done, listed off, that taken off the bags to carry the food in. That's the room that I use to conduct eBay business and Facebook Marketplace. Just had my oil change today. I plan on taking that off my taxes. And just kind of as a, I don't know, an unusual pro tip, if you get an apartment number that's like 1525, look for building 15, because you know, you'd be surprised how many people don't, and see all these buildings around there and wonder how they're going to find it. But a lot of people know it, some people don't, so you'll get to know it after a while. But that's a good tip for you. And most particularly after a shift, treat yourself. You know, if you, for me, it's you know, well, let me just say, if you work, you know, you worked hard and you put up with the traffic, sometimes the bright lights, if you're driving at night, customers, you know, and sometimes workers from the restaurants. I found an Asian buffet that, you know, with good prices, especially I'll even drive up during the day because it's a couple of bucks cheaper and it's not that far from where I'm at. I buy it by the pound, and it's a takeout, and it's very good food, and I love buffets. So you know, so anyway, that just you know, it's a good reward for you for all your hard work. And you know, like tonight I got some ribs, enough for, you know, a meal, and if I add it with, like, you know, a salad or something along that line, maybe some mashed potatoes, you know, that's a good meal, and it's like $5, $6, $7, well, $7 out of what I made tonight, so not a big deal. With that, I'll end the video. Thank you for watching. If you got anything out of this video, you know, check out the Buy Me a Coffee or beverage, you know, to contribute to the channel. And I'll see you down the road. I'll see you down the road, and have safe travels. Good night, everybody.